Hey folks, disaster happened. Have a look. What I'm having to do, I bought 2 white clays. This one and this one, which is 5 kilos, is a different type. It's a little bit grayer, as you can see there. This one is basically almost dried, while the grey one is still it's more pliable, still hasn't dried out, which has caused this one to crack because this is still wet. Yeah, I got myself on that. And so you can see that the wooden armature I've used. So I don't know if I can save it or not, but I will try. And yeah, I'll try and remove most of this white stuff, which is all now brittle, and try and fill it in with this stuff that dries slower than this stuff, and put this on the outside to support the head. I'll just see if I can save it or not. Damn. Well, as I said, it was my first time using clay, and especially this air dry clay. So yeah, and there's not a lot of information about this type of air dry clay either, on different types, on how long they take to dry and all this type of stuff. It's just there's nothing I saw on Google or in my searching for it. So yeah, we'll see if I can save it or not, because luckily the head is all this grey stuff, it's not the white stuff. So I might be able to save it. You can hear the doubts in my voice, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully it ends well. Otherwise it's going to end up in the bin if I can't save it. Because cracks started to appear last night. I think last night or this morning. Can't remember. And I just wet it with my hands, as well as using the knife to groove it and redo it, but looks like it didn't work. Damn. Better. Sequence 2, chapter 2, the sculpture disaster. I bought 2 different types of clay that was supposed to be white, air drying clay. Unfortunately, as I showed in the previous video, the whiter clay that I had, that was the core, dried out quicker than the outer core, and it simply just cracked. So I've managed to get the grey core in there, or the grey clay that I'm using as the inner core, and I'll use this on the outside, see what happens, to try and give back his shoulders, but there's not going to be enough there to do it. But at least I might have saved him, I don't know yet, until it dries completely. Luckily there's no white core inside the head. It's mostly the neck and shoulders, but mostly the shoulders and some of the neck. And I will fill this out as best I can with this. Use this on the outside. What I will do, like you would when you're baking bread, is that in this case I will put needle holes around here to try and let the excess moisture get out, and see how it goes, and later on I can fill them in with some clay, because 500 grams of this costs around $10. So, which I've been trying to keep clean, obviously. Made a little bit of a mess. I'm going to have to wipe everything down after I vacuum cleaned it. Luckily I used a Tornado vacuum cleaner, you know, the ones that spin around, make an air tunnel. And so now the head has actually moved this way, almost 45 degrees, but at least I've saved it. Well, I don't know if I've saved it. I shouldn't say that. I don't know if I've saved it. So you can see how much moisture is coming out. It's starting to crack the timber I used as the pedestal. Yeah, so I better get onto it. Wish me luck. That's better. Blind myself. So I didn't realise I didn't have the light on. Yes, I've vacuumed the floor and cleaned up. No one else is going to do it. And I've still got to mow my yards yet. Luckily winter has shrunk the grass, preventing it from growing. Hey folks, a little bit messier than I was. It's now 11 o'clock, Sunday. Chapter 2, Sequence 3. This is what I've done. I flattened out that size circle of clay and built it up around the bottom of it. And slowly added it to it. Took about half an hour. I don't know if I've stabilized it or not. I was trying to give it some shoulders, but as you can see, I ran out of clay and I still got some tidying up to do. Anyway, that's what I've done so far. I'll see if I can find something that's badge thin as a needle, because I'll also poke a hole through the ear holes, make ear holes to give some, allow moisture to escape from the inner side. And what I did with these pieces that were like 3 mils thick and about an inch or so across, I also dipped them in water when I put them on, so they were very wet, just like plaster Paris almost, except with plaster Paris you use a core, fabric core. Well, you should. Anyway, I'll look for a pen or some needle or something, and my light's off again. Yeah, and so you can see what I've done. Try and save the bottom. As you know, I might even give it a sand if I can save it, and I may even paint it yet. It might be abstract colors, it might be plain colors, who knows. Depends what happens.